Isn't it strange how sleep used to come so easily in our younger years? One blink and we were gone for 8 straight hours. Now, if you're over 60, a full night's rest can feel like chasing smoke. Maybe your body aches, maybe your thoughts keep circling back to memories, or worries that won't leave you alone. Or maybe despite going to bed early and doing everything right, you still wake up feeling like you barely slept. And here's the thing, you're not alone. Across Europe, North America, and beyond, seniors are reporting rising rates of sleep disruption, anxiety, and cognitive fog that just won't lift. But the question is, what if the solution isn't more medication, more supplements, or another sleep tracker? What if it starts with something as simple as what's on your plate? Or more precisely, what's in your hand before bed? That's right. Tonight we're talking about food. Not 5-star meals or trendy superfoods. I mean 3 ordinary snacks, calming, healing, senior-friendly foods that could help transform your sleep from restless to restorative. You don't need a prescription. You don't need a new mattress. You just need 10 minutes and a little elderly wisdom. Let me tell you about Richard. He's 74, living in a quiet village near Manchester. A retired electrical engineer with a love for crossword puzzles and jazz records. For most of his life, Richard was a problem solver, the kind of man who could fix a fuse box blindfolded. But after retirement, the problem became him, specifically his nights. No matter what he tried, he couldn't sleep more than 3 or 4 hours straight. The mornings were even worse. Foggy thoughts, stiff muscles, no energy. His doctor offered pills, but Richard, being a man of science and experience, wanted something more natural. So he turned inward, drawing from the elderly reflections of his own father, a World War II veteran, who always said, "What you do before sleep determines how well your soul rests." Richard decided to test one small theory. He didn't change his whole diet, just the final 15 minutes before bed. And the first change? A handful of walnuts. Now let's pause right there. You might have heard that walnuts are good for the heart, which they are. But for seniors, walnuts are something much more. They're little time capsules of alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fat that plays a powerful role in regulating heart rhythm, calming inflammation, and most critically, supporting long-term brain health. In fact, a study out of UCLA found that seniors who ate just a small amount of walnuts daily scored significantly higher on memory tests. And I'm not talking about marginal improvements. I'm talking real, measurable gains. Better focus, better recall, better rest. Richard told me he'd sit by his bedroom window each night, the same time, same chair, same snack, 6 walnut halves, a warm chamomile tea, and silence. He said it became less about the food and more about the message. "I'm still choosing myself," he said. "I'm still worth caring for." And you know what? Within 3 weeks, not only was he sleeping through the night, but he was remembering things again. Names, dates, stories he thought he'd lost. He went from drifting through days to waking up with purpose. That, my friend, is what I mean by motivation. Not hype, not hustle, just simple, sacred, senior health wisdom in action. Now let's go green for a second. Literally. Snack number 2 is one you might overlook at the grocery store. Kiwi. Yes, the small fuzzy fruit we often ignore for bananas or apples. But kiwi, especially after 65, is like a secret agent for your sleep. A study from the Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that seniors who ate 2 kiwis an hour before bed experienced significantly better sleep quality. They fell asleep faster, slept longer, and felt more rested in the morning. That's not magic, that's serotonin. Kiwi helps your brain regulate serotonin, the neurotransmitter that controls mood, sleep cycles, and overall emotional balance. You don't need a pharmaceutical, you need 2 kiwis in a quiet hour. Let me share a story from Toronto. Edith is 68, a retired nurse, once sharp as a scalpel. But after surgery on her knee, she found herself trapped in a cycle of pain and sleeplessness. Her daughter, who's also a healthcare worker, suggested a simple ritual. 2 peeled kiwis, no screens after 8 p.m., and 20 minutes of deep breathing. Edith didn't believe it at first, but by week 2, her body started to cooperate. Her mood lifted, her pain was more manageable, and the sleep? I started dreaming again, she said, and remembering those dreams the next day. That's not just sleep, that's healing, that's regeneration. That's life lessons from the elderly showing us that sometimes the most powerful medicines are sitting in your fruit bowl. And that brings us to snack number 3, the most familiar of them all. Greek yogurt. Not the sugary kind, I mean plain, thick, protein-rich Greek yogurt. Ideally unsweetened, maybe with a dash of honey if you like it. Greek yogurt is a slow-digesting powerhouse. Its casein protein breaks down through the night, feeding your muscles and supporting recovery as you sleep. It also contains calcium, a key ingredient your body needs to make melatonin, your natural sleep hormone. Without enough calcium, your body can't send the right signals to your brain to say, it's time to rest. I remember meeting Robert, a former firefighter from Michigan, who swore that one change made him feel younger. Every night just before 9 p.m., he'd take half a cup of Greek yogurt, top it with blueberries and crushed walnuts, and that was it. I sleep like I'm back in the firehouse, he told me. Except this time there's no alarm bell. And here's the kicker. His digestion improved, his morning stiffness faded, and his focus came back. That's not a coincidence. That's intentional nutrition. The kind of elderly wisdom that whispers, you've still got time, let's use it well. So let me ask you this. What are you doing before you close your eyes at night? Are you feeding your heart, your mind, your future, or just reaching for convenience? If you take away anything from today's episode, let it be this. Small, nourishing rituals before bed can change your nights and your life. Walnuts to calm the heart, kiwi to regulate your rhythms, Greek yogurt to restore your strength. Simple, affordable, powerful. That's how you take care of senior health without turning your life upside down. That's how you rediscover motivation, peace, and the kind of clarity that doesn't come from caffeine, but from rest. Real, deep, healing rest. Because at Elderly Reflections, we don't just share quotes and inspiration. We share proven, lived elderly wisdom that reminds you, your best nights might still be ahead. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's your bedtime ritual? Have you tried any of these snacks? And most importantly, where are you watching from? Are you in Europe, the US, Canada? Drop it in the comments, and if this gave you even one new idea, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell so you never miss another night of insight. Because here, we don't chase youth, we honor experience. And we believe in feeding the heart, the brain, and the soul. One quiet moment at a time. There's something sacred about the last hours of the day, especially as we get older. The house grows quiet, the light softens, the noise of the world fades into the background. And in that silence, your body prepares for the work it was always meant to do, the deep work of repair, recovery, and renewal. But here's the thing, your body can't do that work well if you don't give it the tools. And many of us, without realizing it, are sabotaging our sleep without even meaning to. We've already uncovered 3 powerful bedtime snacks: walnuts, kiwi, and Greek yogurt. But tonight we're not done. There's more wisdom to explore. More gentle, time-tested habits passed down through elderly reflections and supported by science. And the next one, it's not even a food, technically. It's a drink, a warm, golden, healing elixir with roots older than modern medicine itself. Let's talk about turmeric milk. Some call it golden milk, others call it bedtime gold. But whatever name you use, this drink has been used for centuries across India, Nepal, and parts of the Middle East. Not just for flavor, but for healing. The key ingredient is turmeric, a root known for its vibrant color, and a compound inside called curcumin. And here's where it gets powerful. Curcumin is one of the strongest natural anti-inflammatories we know. Why does that matter for sleep? Because inflammation is the silent thief of health in our later years. It builds slowly, with no symptoms, and then one day memory problems, joint pain, blood pressure spikes, even signs of early cognitive decline. And often it all begins with unaddressed inflammation. Turmeric helps your body fight that fire gently, without side effects or chemicals. And when paired with a warm cup of milk, whether it's dairy or plant-based, it becomes deeply calming. Let me tell you about Joyce from Devon, England. 81 years old, a retired literature professor who used to read by candlelight long after midnight. But a few years ago, something shifted. She started forgetting the endings to stories she used to know by heart. Her knees ached in the cold. Her sleep was shallow and broken. Her granddaughter, a young Ayurvedic therapist, suggested something simple: half a teaspoon of turmeric stirred into warm milk, a pinch of black pepper to help her body absorb the curcumin, and just a touch of honey. Joyce tried it for 1 week, then 2. By the 3rd, she sent me a message I'll never forget. I feel like myself again. That's the beauty of elderly wisdom. It doesn't shout, it whispers, it heals quietly. And it reminds us that even now, even at 81, change is still possible. If you want to try it tonight, here's what I recommend. Warm up 1 cup of your favorite milk, oat, almond, or regular dairy all work. Stir in half a teaspoon of ground turmeric, a dash of cinnamon if you like, a tiny pinch of black pepper, and sweeten it with honey or maple syrup. Sip it slowly about an hour before bed with the lights low and the noise off. Let it be your ritual. Not just a drink, but a message to your body. It's time to rest. Now let's talk about blueberries. Yes, the humble, everyday blueberry that you might pass by in the grocery store. But for your brain, it might be the most important fruit you'll ever eat. Blueberries are packed with anthocyanins, a type of antioxidant that helps slow brain aging, reduce oxidative stress, and improve blood flow to the brain. In fact, research out of the University of Exeter found that seniors who drank a concentrated blueberry juice daily for 12 weeks showed significant improvements in memory, recall, and planning, especially in the frontal lobe, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making and clarity. One man who experienced this firsthand was Louis, a 75-year-old retired mechanic from Kentucky. He wrote to me and said, "My mind used to be a toolbox. I knew where everything was. Then one day I opened the drawer and it was empty." That scared him more than any diagnosis. But instead of panicking, Louis made a small change. Each night before bed, he ate a small bowl of blueberries. Nothing fancy, no supplements, just real food. He called it Blue Thinking Fuel, and after 3 months he emailed again, "I still forget things, but I remember who I am. I remember why I walked into the room." That, my friend, is victory. That's motivation. That's what we're all aiming for. Not perfection, just presence. Blueberries are also kind to your heart. They help lower blood pressure, reduce artery stiffness, and protect against plaque buildup, all of which become more urgent after 60. And the best part? They're easy. No prep, no mess. Just rinse, eat, and feel your body thank you. Want to take it up a notch? Add a handful of walnuts to your Greek yogurt from earlier. It's a simple way to boost your bedtime routine even further. You'll get the brain support from the berries, the melatonin-boosting calcium from the yogurt, and the muscle-protecting protein, all in one simple bowl. And now for one that might surprise you, spinach. Yes, leafy greens. At night, I know, who eats salad before bed? But let me tell you why spinach might be the missing link in your sleep routine. Spinach is rich in magnesium, a mineral that's often overlooked but critically important for sleep quality. Seniors who are low in magnesium often experience restless legs, irregular heartbeat, nighttime anxiety, and light broken sleep. And here's something most people don't know. Magnesium is best absorbed when taken at night, because that's when your body does the most of its internal repair. Think of it like this. You're giving your body the building blocks it needs right when it's getting to work. I met Maria, 69 years old, originally from Spain, now living in Arizona. Her blood pressure had been creeping up. Her doctor warned of medication and she wanted to try something natural first. Her solution? A tiny spinach salad before bed. Just a handful of baby spinach leaves, a drizzle of olive oil, a few slices of avocado, and a sprinkle of sea salt. She called it her green peace. 4 months later, her levels had stabilized. No pills, no side effects, just consistency, care, and elderly wisdom in action. If you're interested, you don't need a big bowl, just a few leaves. Or toss some spinach into an omelet or a warm soup with turmeric. Combine the benefits, match, listen to your body. This is your ritual, your rhythm, your right to feel better. So here we are. We've now explored 6 powerful sleep allies: walnut, kiwi, Greek yogurt, turmeric milk, blueberries, and spinach. Each one chosen not just for nutrients, but for what they do quietly, in the background while you sleep. That's the magic of senior health. It's not about doing more, it's about doing less, better. Choosing with intention, eating with purpose, and remembering that healing doesn't always come in a bottle. Sometimes it comes in a bowl. And now I want to hear from you again. What's your bedtime habit? Do you eat any of these snacks already? And most importantly, where are you watching from tonight? Let me know in the comments. Whether you're in the UK, the US, Canada, or anywhere else, your story matters. You are part of a growing circle of people who believe in healing, not just through medicine, but through reflection, nourishment, and compassion. And if this video gave you something to think about, something to try, or something to share, give it a like. Subscribe to Elderly Reflections. Turn on the bell. This is more than a channel. It's a community built on real stories, real change, and the kind of quiet strength that keeps us going even when the world feels loud. In our final part, I'll show you how to build a complete nighttime routine, the timing, the combinations, the things to avoid, and one powerful story from an 82-year-old man who transformed his life one evening tray at a time. There's a quiet truth most people never talk about. As we age, the world around us doesn't just move faster. It moves louder, more demands, more noise, More reminders that we're not as young as we used to be. And in all that, the one thing we long for most isn't always energy or adventure. Sometimes it's peace. The kind of peace that lets you fall asleep without a racing heart. The kind of peace that lets you wake up real sleep, restorative sleep, healing sleep. And after 60, that kind of sleep doesn't come by accident. It comes through rhythm, through ritual, through reclaiming the evening hours as your own. Because as you've now learned, what you eat before bed doesn't just affect your night, it affects your morning, your mood, your Earlier we met Richard, Edith, and Robert, 3 seniors from different walks of life who each discovered the power of intentional nighttime nutrition, with walnuts, kiwi, and Greek yogurt. In the next section, we followed Joyce, Louie, and Maria as they explored the deeper benefits of turmeric milk, blueberries, and spinach. But now, in this final chapter, we're going to bring it all together. Because it's not enough to know what to eat. You need to know when to eat it, how to combine it, and what to avoid if you want all your efforts to truly pay off. And most importantly, you need to understand that bedtime habits aren't just about food. They're about sending a message to your body. I haven't given up. I still care. Let me tell you a story that brings this all into focus. George was 82, a retired dentist from Vermont. The kind of man who always had a quote, a riddle, or a book recommendation in his back pocket. But after his wife passed, his nights fell apart. He stopped cooking, started skipping dinner, and told himself it didn't matter anymore. At my age, he'd say, "What's the point?" His daughter, a cardiac nurse, started noticing changes. His balance was off. He forgot conversations. His blood pressure was unstable. A scan showed early signs of memory decline. But George didn't need a lecture. He needed a reason. So his daughter gave him one. She said, "Dad, let's take back your nights. One tray at a time." They started small. At 8:30 p.m. every night, George prepared what they called the evening tray. Just 3 things: a handful of walnuts, a small bowl of Greek yogurt with a few blueberries, and a warm cup of turmeric milk with cinnamon. No screens, no late-night news, just soft music, dim lights, and sometimes a phone call with family. Within 3 months, his mind felt clearer, his sleep was deeper. He said, "It's like someone wiped the fog off my glasses." That wasn't a miracle. That was consistency. That was elderly wisdom finally being heard. Now let's talk about how you can build your own version of that tray. Because action is where change begins. First, let's talk about timing. Your body needs at least 90 minutes to start processing these foods and absorbing their benefits. So try to finish your last small snack between 7 o'clock and 8:30 p.m. Depending on your bedtime, don't eat right before lights out. Not because of calories, but because digestion diverts blood away from your brain and heart. Let those organs rest. Let them restore. Next, portion size. More is not better. Nighttime eating should be light, steady, and calming. A small handful of walnuts, about 6 to 8 halves, half a cup of Greek yogurt, a single kiwi or 2 small ones, a few baby spinach leaves drizzled with olive oil, a single cup of warm turmeric milk. That's all. You don't need everything every night. Just rotate. Listen to your body. Let your evenings become a gentle rhythm, not a to-do list. Because just as some foods heal, others quietly harm. Processed carbs, sugary snacks, salty crackers, even toast. These things spike your blood sugar, raise cortisol, and disrupt your sleep cycles. Many seniors snack on cereal or cookies before bed without realizing they're training their body to stay alert, not relax. And then there's alcohol, a common evening habit, but one that comes at a price. While a glass of wine may help you fall asleep faster, it disrupts your deepest sleep stages, increases nighttime heart rate, and has been linked to cognitive decline when consumed consistently in later life. And one more thing, late-night hydration. Yes, staying hydrated is important, but too much fluid after 8 p.m. increases the risk of waking up for bathroom trips, and for seniors with postural hypotension, that increases the risk of nighttime falls. So keep water sips small. Tea, yes, but go decaf. Make it intentional. Make it slow. Finally, let's talk about something more powerful than food. Ritual. Because food is not just nutrition, it's communication. It's how you show your body that you still care. That even in the quietest hours, you are not giving up. Build a ritual you can love. Dim the lights, put on music that calms you. Lay out your tray with care. Write in a journal just 1 line of gratitude. Sit by the window. Reflect on the day. These small moments build into something far greater. Dignity, intention. And if you're thinking, Isn't it too late to start? Let me tell you about Anna, 86 years old, living in rural Minnesota. She started this bedtime food routine after watching one of our videos last spring. She emailed last week to say, "For the first time in 10 years, I feel like I'm sleeping with peace. And I remember my dreams again." That's not hype, that's not a marketing pitch. That's real life. That's what motivation looks like at 86. That's what elderly reflections are all about. Looking back with grace and forward with clarity. Let's not forget the bigger picture. Better sleep supports independence. Seniors who sleep well are more alert, more mobile, and more capable of living on their own terms. That means fewer medications, fewer hospital visits, and more mornings where you wake up feeling like you. So tonight, ask yourself, what did I feed my heart today? What did I give my brain to heal? Did I slow down enough to send my body the right signals? Because every decision you make, especially after sunset, is either building the future you want or pulling you further away from it. And you're never too old to choose better. So start small. A kiwi, a handful of blueberries, a cup of turmeric milk. Let that be your signal to your body, we're not done yet. You still have chapters to write, you still have mornings to wake up for, and it all begins tonight with one small, beautiful choice. If this video spoke to you, if something inside you whispered, "This is what I've needed," then like this video, subscribe to Elderly Reflections, turn on the bell, and tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? What part of the world are you healing in today? Your story matters, your voice matters, and your next great sleep might just begin with a tray, a ritual, and a little elderly wisdom to light the way. Because here, we don't just share information, we share inspiration, motivation, life lessons from the elderly that remind us we're not done loving, we're not done living, we're just resting wisely so we can rise stronger tomorrow.